There are a lot of defenses you can do with the stick. We're just going to show you 3, but to give you a basic idea of how to work with the weapon. The first 3 are going to be the first 3 against your angles of attack. 1, 2, and 3 are 3 angles of attack. So we're going to do defense against those angles of attack. That first strike is a thrust forward. So when he comes thrusting forward, I'm going to cat dance pivot, parry, blocking with my stick, check, and I'm striking that hand. He comes in, 1, 2, and 3, always striking. My cat stance pivot gets me out of the way. Strikes right here. I want to be away from that center line of attack. Comes in right there. The last thing I'm actually doing is actually blocking and striking. The block in the system is actually the movement out of the way. As he comes in, bring this out, touching and striking. Now there's 2 ways to do this block. One is to carry his weapon kind of direction, allowing him to go. 2 is he actually striking into that weapon, like you're throwing a punch, but keep the weapon here, and then you strike. He comes in, hit, or punch, and strike. Now let's move on to the horizontal high strikes. What I'm going to do here is what's called a rook block. When he strikes in, I'm going to create half of a rook. If I have 2 sticks, that's my rook. I got my block here, and I have my block here. The concept of a rook is that when you strike down, or at that angle, that it comes and slides off of my weapon, instead of just striking straight in, where it just hits. There's a lot of vibration. What I want, it comes in, and I want it right here, so that it will slide down. So I'm going to create my rook, and I'm going to step to the side. When he strikes, I step, my checking hand touches his arm, move out of the way, I do the same strike as he's throwing at me. 1. This is the number 2 angle. Now he's going to do the number 3 angle, which is on the other side, on this side here. I'm going to do the exact same rook block, but on the other side. I just right side up. Along my palm, drive up forward. He comes, I bring it here. This hand, the checking hand, again touching the hand. I shift out, and there's that strike. I'm doing the same strike that he is doing. He throws it, walking, striking. He throws it, walking, striking. Make sure that when you're doing these, he throws the first one, I'm out of the way, I got this block, but he strikes really hard. I don't want to have it away from my arm. Right here, what will happen? It snaps back to my arm. I'm actually going to lay the stick right across my arm here, so if he strikes it, hit it pretty hard. A little harder, right there. So when he strikes, I'm having it right here, and there's my attack. Right across that arm. When you're lying on this arm, make sure that elbow is not forward. When he strikes on this side, so on the side, I'm okay, I can protect myself. But if he strikes and I leave it right here, he's actually going to be hitting my arm. Make sure that you bring it to this side. That's why we're stepping inside. Now that you've done some of these defenses with the stick, you can also do a lot of these defenses without the stick. The first one, when he thrusts in, I use the same cat stance pivot, but I put my arm here. I check, and then I strike. Switch the hand to his face. He comes in, cat stance pivot, grabbing the weapon, striking, striking. Again, he comes in, I want my body out of the way first. This arm, fingers point down, I use the outside of the forearm in my block. And the checking hand is still up. I then switch, bringing the other hand up. If this hand is here, this other hand strikes straight forward, well, I'm going to get hit. But if I have my checking hand up and he strikes, I got a little bit of protection here. If I switch my hands, I grab the stick here, again, he can punch me. So I want to bring this hand back up so that I have, again, more protection. Then I'll strike, strike. He comes in, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doing a bent wrist to the face, hammer fist, anything that really gets their attention. He comes in, right there. If your opponent does that number 1 strike to the head, right here, and you don't have a weapon, you have to get in really close. The power of these strikes of this weapon is within about an inch or 2 inches of the stick, right up here. That means the get, the less power is going to be in that stick, wherever it's hitting. Your idea is to get forward. If he swings at me and I move away, what do you think he's going to do next? He's going to keep swinging until he either hits me or I'm in trouble. You can fake him out, though, by he swings and you move away, then he swings again, and you can jump forward. Now, two ways of doing this. One, when he swings, is to turn towards my opponent, doing the same kind of motion, using my elbows, my arms, or my hands right in here, getting in deep inside that strike. Another one is to dive in straight forward here with my hands into more of a jamming attack. And yet another one, which is actually a jamming attack, is the same thing, but we're using the other side. Here's a strike, and I strike with my hand here. So on the inside, you can see it. The power of this strike, if he strikes at me and I jam here, is that my elbow actually creates a blocking motion. It stops us on here. I have to bring this checking hand up to keep getting hit in the head of the stick. The strike comes in and I jam right in here. That stops the motion. He strikes in, I can do it this way, here, my left hand covering, my right hand is jamming, or I can follow his motion when he comes in and go here. If he's really swinging wild, I can just throw him by using his own momentum. Here. Make sure that you practice all of your self-defense techniques with the weapons, with your sticks, and empty hand without this.